About 15 years ago, I started noticing some thinness, mainly around the crown, and that's progressed over the last 10-15 years, where the crown area has gotten progressively bigger. And so what I started to use was a topical powder just to cover the area and then use hairspray to fix it in place. We did a more detailed consultation looking at the hair, the pattern of growth of hair, the density of the hair, and then doing the markings, which gave me a good idea and understanding. So my name's Khilan Patel. I'm 47 years old and I live in New York. My hair history is I had very good, very thick hair. About 15 years ago, I started noticing some thinness, mainly around the crown, and that's progressed over the last 10-15 years, where the crown area has gotten progressively bigger. And then more recently, just in the past year or so, I've noticed my hairline receding a little bit. So I started noticing baldness in the crown area maybe 5 or 6 years ago, some thinness. And so what I started to use was a topical powder just to cover the area and then use hairspray to fix it in place. I used that for 4 or 5 years successfully without anybody knowing that I was thinning or balding in the crown area. But the patch has gotten bigger and bigger, and what that's meant is I've had to look at alternative options. And so that brings me to look at getting a hair transplant. As I've done a lot of research online, I've also been looking at the different types of surgery over the last, I would say, 10 years. But I also know the technology has moved on a lot over the last 10 years. And in the past, there was much more scarring, whereas now there is much less scarring. And so that's what's prompted me to look at getting this procedure done, just because the technology is very good now with minimal scars, very good results. And so that's why I'm getting this procedure done. Done a lot of research online, looked at different videos, especially on YouTube, looked at lots of case studies as well. I think it's important to look at case studies, especially people who have very similar balding patterns, because everybody has very different balding patterns. So I think it's very important to look at the similar balding patterns to what you have. So I've done a lot of that research and I feel confident about doing this procedure. So there are many clinics, there are many choices these days with most things in life, and I did a lot of research looking at the different clinics in Mumbai, but also here in Surat as well. Knowing that I have family very close by, I decided to get my transplant done here in Surat. There are quite a few different clinics, and what I did was speak to each of the doctors in each of the clinics to ask them a range of questions about procedure, about cleanliness and safety, about outcomes, and so from that I made a determination to get the procedure done here, just because I got given the right level of information. I felt confident. The doctors and the team here were very good at making me feel comfortable, providing me all the information that I needed to make that decision. So the consultation has been very smooth and clear, with a few different steps, talking to the doctor initially about the procedure, the options, the health background. That was what was the first started. And then after that, we did a more detailed consultation looking at the hair, the pattern of growth of hair, the density of the hair, and then doing the markings, which gave me a good idea and understanding on where the hair would be placed, what I can expect in terms of outcomes, and drawing the new hairline. So today was day 1 of my procedure. The check-in was very easy. We sat down, spoke to the doctor. He explained everything, marked up my head to show me exactly where the grafts would be, what was needed from the donor site. He also went through my medical history and thoroughly explained what day 1 and day 2 was going to be like. Once that had done, we went into the procedure for day 1, which was very good. I'm now bandaged up, excited, looks good so far, and it's been a long day again, as I've just mentioned, and I look forward to day 2 tomorrow.